When I was 15 years old, I took off my clothes and looked in the mirror. When I stared at myself naked, I realized that to be perfectly proportioned, I would need 20-inch arms to match the rest of me. You want big arms? Huge arms? Arms that make people pull over their cars and ask, hey, what you got there? Cannons, then follow my arms routine. We don't want little chicken wings here. We want mountains of muscle. And to build mountains, we gotta work hard. Every rep, feel the burn. I used to visualize my biceps as mountains growing with each curl. That's the kind of focus you need.
I feel the best right here, in this area, okay?
Outer head of the bicep.
Now don't freak out when you see these biceps, okay? I know it's the best you've ever seen, but...
First up, for building serious bicep mass, we got the barbell cheat curl. Now some might say strict form only, but listen, as the weight gets heavy, a little cheat is okay. We gotta push those muscles to failure. That's how I get my gains. Next in our arsenal, we have the easy barbell curl. This variation is fantastic for targeting those biceps from a slightly different angle, helping me to develop those peaks. Keep those elbows tucked in and maintain a smooth, controlled motion throughout. And remember, it's all about the mind-muscle connection. Really visualize those biceps working with each rep. Moving on, one-arm concentration curls. This isolation exercise is fantastic for really honing in on each individual bicep, ensuring balanced development and sculpted definition. Make sure to keep your upper arm stationary and focus on that slow, deliberate contraction as you curl the weight upwards. Feel the burn, embrace the challenge, and watch those biceps grow. Now let's hit those biceps from another angle with the classic dumbbell curl. This staple exercise is a favorite for a reason. It's simple, effective, and delivers results. And experiment with different grip widths to target different parts of the biceps, and don't be afraid to go heavy. Just remember to maintain proper form and control throughout each rep. Now, let's do the preacher curl. This classic exercise is a staple in any arm routine and is fantastic for isolating those biceps, helping to develop that peak and thickness we all crave. Ensure your elbows are firmly planted on the pad and focus on that slow, controlled movement as you curl the weight upwards. Squeeze those biceps at the top for maximum contraction and growth. Perform each exercise 5 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Remember, a beginner does 8 repetitions of a certain exercise with his maximum weight on the barbell. As soon as it hurts, he thinks about stopping. I work beyond this point, which means I tell my mind that as soon as it starts aching, it is growing. Growing is something unusual for the body when you are over 18. The body isn't used to 10, 11 or 12 reps with the maximum weight. Then I do 10 or 15 sets of this in a row. No human body was ever prepared for this, and suddenly it is making itself grow to handle this new challenge, growing through this pain area. Experiencing this pain in my muscles and aching and going on is my challenge. I have no fear of fainting. I do squats until I fall over and pass out. Let's switch gears and target those triceps with the rope overhead tricep extension. This exercise is phenomenal for hitting all 3 heads of the triceps, ensuring comprehensive development and strength. Keep your core engaged and your elbows close to your head as you extend the rope overhead. Feel that stretch in the triceps, then powerfully contract them to bring the weight back up. Repeat for an incredible burn. Next, tricep bench dips. No fancy equipment needed for this one, just you, a bench, and a burning desire to sculpt those triceps. Lower yourself down with control, feeling that deep stretch in your triceps, then push back up explosively, really focusing on that contraction at the top. And remember, if it's too challenging, feel free to modify by bending in your knees or using a lower surface. I think the biggest mistake is that you go to the gym and you go through the motion, but you don't really have your mind inside the muscle. So when you do a bicep curl, I can't just stand there like this. Yeah, you can. I've seen the guys training with me also 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, but they look like shit. And why did they look like shit? Is because they didn't concentrate. They did the same exercise, but they stood like this and then they looked sideways. Kind of like they were bored. Now, let's hit those triceps from another angle with the lying French press. This exercise targets the long head of the triceps and is fantastic for adding mass and definition to your arms. Keep your elbows tucked in and lower the weight towards your forehead with control. Then press it back up, focusing on that intense contraction in your triceps. Feel the burn and embrace the challenge. Now we have the one-arm tricep pushdown. This exercise allows for unilateral work, ensuring balanced development between your left and right triceps. Keep your elbows stationary and really focus on squeezing your triceps as you push the rope down. Visualize that muscle working with each rep and push yourself to the limit. Next, tricep pushdown. This exercise is an absolute must for building massive triceps and adding that coveted horseshoe shape to your arms. Keep your elbows close to your body and push the rope down with force, really squeezing those triceps at the bottom of the movement. Remember, it's all about that mind-muscle connection. Feel the burn and embrace the pump. Now, one arm overhead extension. This exercise targets the long head of the triceps and is fantastic for adding mass and definition to your upper arms. Hold the dumbbell firmly overhead and lower it behind your head with control, feeling that deep stretch in your triceps. Then powerfully extend your arm back up, focusing on that intense contraction. Keep it slow and controlled for maximum effectiveness. Now let's keep those triceps firing with the tricep rope pushdown. This variation allows for a greater range of motion, ensuring all three heads of the triceps are thoroughly engaged. Grip the rope firmly and push it down towards your thighs, really focusing on that squeeze at the bottom of the movement. Experiment with different grips and angles to keep those triceps guessing and growing. And let's not forget about those forearms. Up next we have the barbell wrist curl. This exercise is essential for building forearm strength and grip endurance, crucial for any serious lifter. Hold the barbell with an underhand grip and curl your wrists upwards, squeezing those forearm muscles at the top of the movement. Lower the weight back down with control and repeat for an incredible forearm pump.
But I tell you, you got to be inside the muscle. I mean, when I'm finished with the bench press, immediately I step in front of the mirror and I flex. I hit the shaft. I want to see everything, how it works, right? I want to always see what happens. And therefore, it goes to another subject, which is posing.
There you have it. My personal favorites for building massive arms. But remember, everyone's different. Find what works for you and keep pushing your limits. And one more thing, don't forget the mind-muscle connection.